God bless you, by His Grace Fellowship family. This is Deacon Antonio with you this Mother's Day morning. It's beautiful outside right now. Just want to take a few minutes just to give thanks and honor and respect to where it's due on this day. Just going to speak to you briefly regarding just the beauty and the honor and the grace to be witness to all the amazing and powerful women of God who have developed throughout by His Grace Fellowship during these past 7 to 8 years. I just want to encourage you and remind you of your role as a mother in her home, as the edifier, as the empowerer, as the covering, as the intercessor. There are many moms throughout the Bible, right? You have Eve, who was the mother of all humankind. You had Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptist. You had Jochebed, the mother of Moses. You had Anna, who was the mother of Samuel. You have the mother of Samson, who I believe is unnamed. I don't think anybody knows her name. Of course, you have Mary, the mother of Jesus. And one thing that they all have in common, and many mothers throughout the word have in common, is that they gave birth to something that would shape the future of all humanity. Every time they birthed something out, it was something that impacted the entirety of humankind, whether for better or whether it be for worse. You women, you mothers, you have an ability to shape generations just by what pours out of you, simply just by what pours out of you. And I don't know if you've been told that enough. I know a lot of times you feel that the husband is the one who's supposed to go up the mountain and go, find God, while you stay home and you take care of the kids and you take care of the home and you edify it and you cover it and you ensure that the statutes of God are maintained. And for many, they say, I want to go up to the mountain. I want to go pray. I want to go do this. I want to spend my time with God. The beauty about you mothers is that while men many of the times have to climb a mountain to go seek God, for you, He comes right to you. That is the beauty of who you are. That is the power that you have inside of you. That's why He says that when Adam was given Eve, He said to cherish her, like just to cover her and protect her, because He wanted us to understand that we wouldn't find anything more valuable than a woman who is mother to our children, someone who can exemplify the true love of God. And that's another thing. Mothers have an ability to show the true love of God in a way that a father never could, ever could. It kind of reminds me of, I think it's Galatians 6:9, where it says, "Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me." And I always see it as mom and dad, right? Like the father's the rod and the mom is the staff, right? Where at me as a father, and as a study of the word and a teacher, I'm always like instilling law, right? This is what God says. This is what it is. But then my wife has this ability to deliver the same thing I said, but with a sense of grace, with a sense of empathy, compassion, and love. Something that's very hard for me to replicate. And that's what you all have. And I've seen it in you. And Bishop and Pastor, I've seen in you time and time again. How you've developed, how your voices have softened, how your homes have become fortified by the prayers that have been absorbed from your lips into the walls of your home. Proverbs 31, beginning of verse 28, it says, "Her children rise up, and they call her blessed. Her husband also, and praises her. Many women have done excellently, but you surpass them all." Proverbs 31, 25, 28 continuing says, "Strength and dignity are her clothing, and she laughs at the time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom, and the teaching of kindness is on her tongue. She looks well to the ways of her household, and does not eat the bread of idleness." I find it amazing simply because there are many men throughout history who have given themselves what they perceive to be a well-deserved vacation, but the woman never stopped working. You go through the Bible and you look at the woman, and you look more importantly at the mothers, and you see who stopped working. Not one. Not one. You mothers have this innate ability to pick up responsibilities that were never meant for you to take on in the first place. When men digress, women always step up. As opposed to the contrary, when women digress, it's very seldom that a man will step up and fill that role because he does not have the ability to do so. A woman can become strong and firm and lead her house with an iron fist if necessary. But a man can't love like a woman. It's very hard for him to emulate that process unless he's taught by the woman he loves directly. Just as for myself, I learned how to love and empathize and show compassion and caring to my children because of my wife. That wasn't something that was innate in me. That wasn't something that was in me. And I think I speak for many of the men. I looked at my wife and I saw how she moved in grace. And now I see as you women move through grace and love, and you're beginning to not just show emotion, but show that you are unraveling yourself before God. You're unraveling yourself through your boldness. You're unraveling yourself through your wisdom. You women have done a phenomenal job, and there's nothing that anyone can say. There's nothing that anyone can purchase. No show someone can put on to make you smile or cry. No poem that could be written. Nothing that can say thank you for the mothers you have been to your children. Thank you for the wives that you have been to your homes. Thank you. I look at many of you and I stand there and I smile. I smile, I smile, I smile. For many of you that most likely already know, I had lost my mother in 2007, 13 years ago. And I seldomly ever thought about Mother's Day. I really didn't really think about it. It's just something that goes away with time. And then 2 weeks ago, Bishop was like, oh shoot, Mother's Day is coming up. And I was like, crap, Mother's Day is coming up. I didn't think about it. I was like, well, yeah, Mother's Day, my mother, she passed away, so I don't really think about it. But then I was like, wait a minute. There's so many mothers in By His Grace Fellowship. So many mothers that need to be given honor and their due respect for what they endure, for what they toil, for what they carry, especially during this season. And this is why I'm speaking to you now. This is why I'm speaking to you in this manner. Simply because I'm thankful when I see mothers that stood, even when it got hard. I'm thankful that I see mothers while the men are off working and seeking God diligently, that you maintain the household, that you take the instruction of the husband and you transfer it in a way of with grace and love to the children. I'm thankful that you've never given up. I'm thankful that you've always toed the line. I'm thankful that you've always been able to keep us in check and keep our eyes focused on the prize and focused on God and our relationship with Jesus Christ. I'm thankful. I'm so thankful. I'm thankful for who I consider to be my spiritual mother, even though I don't call her mom all the time, or what I don't really call her mom. But Pastor Haiti. Pastor Haiti was one of the few women, outside of my wife, of course, that restored hope in me when it came to women as mothers, more so women as leaders and as instructors. And I think we all agree with that. We all agree with the fact that there is no spiritual mom that really matches to Pastor Haiti at this time. Whether from your past, your past churches, or someone you may consider your spiritual parents in some sense of the word, there is no one like her. There's no one that carries grace like her. There's no one that can bring down a hand of justice the way she does, but you can feel the love of God at the same time. She is the embodiment, and I believe that many of the mothers in the church have followed her instruction and have grown because of it, where it says that, and let us not be weary in well-doing. In due season we shall reap, if we faint not. And that's actually Galatians 6:9. The other one I misquoted. That's actually Galatians 6:9. Let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we will reap, if we faint not. I can't think of another position inside of a matrimony than as a that embodies this verse more than a woman, especially a mom who just continues to do. I don't work half as hard as my wife does at home. My wife is a machine, as I'm sure many of you are. She can just go with the kids, with the teaching, with reading them the Bible. You mothers have no idea the empowerment you have in your grace of speech from all the men, all the fathers, the husbands, the children here at By His Grace Fellowship, we just want to say thank you. We thank you for your sacrifice. We thank you for laying down your life, putting yourself on pause so that others can grow and increase. We thank you for holding the fort when the men have to go out and minister. We thank you because this is not possible. None of this is possible. By His grace would have not been possible without the backing of the mothers, of the women. You are all an unexplainable gift. A vessel to look upon and just forever be mysticized. We look at you all every day. And every day the same question arises. How do they do it? How do you moms do it? Nothing can compare. Nothing. We thank you. We love you. From all the men and all the children.